Hi, everybody. I'm Mary
And I'm Haley, and this is Coffee.
with KwikTag. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. We have a special edition. Haley's joining me for today, and we're going to highlight a customer success story that's really close to our hearts and about a company that has really come a long way in a very short amount of time. Haley, maybe you can set the stage for us and tell us what's going on.
Oh my gosh, of course. The American software story is just so moving and incredible, and I'm so excited to share it with y'all. So, a little bit of background. American Software is a technology company that supports a portfolio of supply chain management and enterprise software solutions. They're headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, but they have team members in more than 28 states and 5 countries. So here's a little bit about what they're working with. Binary stream MEM, of course, they're processing more than 1,000 invoices per month, 90% non-PO and 10% PO. They're also working on GP 2018. So with that in mind, Mary, why don't you tell us a little bit about their goals and what they were looking for?
Sure. So they came to us with a really strong order from the top, so to speak, where the CEO was saying, we're cleaning house, we're getting rid of the paper, we're moving you to a new high-tech location in the building. They weren't even allowed to have printers. So the paper problem was a serious issue for them. At the same time, they were really challenged with a number of issues in their accounting process. First of all, they were challenged with the AP team not always coding invoices properly. They were given access to company GL codes that weren't supposed to be assigned for a specific company. And then there was a lot of corrections at month end and follow up that they had to deal with. The other thing was their invoice approval time was taking way too long and they had zero visibility into it because, when this all happened for them, it was actually at the beginning of the pandemic. And so they were all sent home. So they knew this was a challenge before the pandemic hit, but as soon as that started, it became a more urgent and rather immediate need for them. And their last goal was really to get through audits faster. They were really struggling to get through month end close and year end close as a result of a lot of the manual processes that they were dealing with. And Haley, as you mentioned, they use binary stream MEM. So they really needed an AP automation solution that was going to work and integrate very closely with MEM and at the same time address all of these other challenges. So their solution was actually Quick Payables in the cloud, our AP and payment automation solution that lives entirely in the cloud. And what they're using specifically is the ability to receive invoices digitally, have them coded automatically by KTIQ, have invoices routed for review and approval with one or many levels of approval as they often needed, and then have those transactions created inside GP with the proper MEM entities already being allocated. That was really important for them. And so then they didn't have to go back and do GL coding adjustments or journal entries at the end of the month because everything was created properly for them at the end. And then they also took advantage of the payment approval step, which is part of Quick Payables, and removed the need for having checks and supporting documentation printed at the end before you actually issue those payments. So everything can be digital end to end from the receipt of the invoice through the actual payment approval. And Haley, they got started really quickly because, as I mentioned, this was at the beginning of the pandemic. And so they needed a solution right away. Can you tell us about what happened there?
Yeah, Mary, this is my favorite part of the story. As we mentioned, this was in the height of the pandemic, very early 2020.
Mm-hmm.
American Software came to us in mid-March
Mm.
asking for an AP automation solution to help them. By the end of April, they were live with Quick Payables in the cloud, which
That's
is
awesome.
just so amazing. In addition to the 90% reduction in paper usage and 80% reduction in invoice processing costs, they also saw ROI in less than 6 months. Their team was using this fully integrated system so quickly. And their AP staff was restored with credibility and accountability. Maybe you can talk about that, Mary.
Yeah, it's really awesome. You're absolutely right. This is kind of the feel good part of the story where they went from really struggling with internal within the company, internal credibility and, other departments really respecting them, and they turned that 100% 180. And they even actually had members of their team win internal awards for accountability, and they were recognized for the fact that they were getting so much more done and it was just more visible for the entire organization. So it was a really exciting transformation to see American Software go from a very manual paper-based process to entirely automated AP automation solution with Quick Payables in the cloud. So we hope you have found this success story inspiring, and we encourage you to learn more at kwikTag.com. And we hope you join us next time. Have a great day, friends.